Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the Angels and Awakening podcast. I'm your host and author, Julie Jancius. Friends, today we're diving into one of the most requested, most powerful, and most life-changing topics we cover here, which is signs from the other side. If you've ever had a feather fall in front of you, seen 111 or 444 on the clock, heard a song that makes you burst into tears because you knew it's from a loved one or angel on the other side, this episode is for you. We're going to talk about what signs really are, why they matter, and what to do when you feel like you're not receiving them. And also how to deepen your relationship with your angels and loved ones in heaven, just beyond signs as well. So grab a warm drink or a cold drink, take a deep breath, and let's open our heart together to our angels. Before we dive into today's episode, I have two beautiful announcements to share with you, both very close to my heart. First, I'm beginning something incredibly special. Friends, I feel so called to work with small groups of women. I'm calling them small sacred women's circles. These are intimate, heart-centered gatherings for a maximum of 8 women where we come together to share, to heal, to grow, and to connect at a soul level. These are monthly meetings that we meet together for about 2.5 hours each time. And I'll be offering these both online and in person from my home in Wheaton, Illinois. Whether you're nearby or across the country, this space is for you, this sacred sisterhood. If you've been craving deep spiritual connection and a safe container to be seen, supported, held, and guided, this is your invitation. Second, I am so thrilled to announce that my husband Blake and I are hosting our first ever couples retreat in 2025. We are diving into helping you find your next chapter, helping you to really deepen your connection. This retreat is designed for couples who want to feel more connected than ever before. It's a sacred space to rediscover one another, to slow down, to really hear and see each other again, away from really the noise of daily life. We'll guide you through meaningful, heart-opening conversation and gentle practices that help you feel deeply bonded, reattuned, and re-inspired in your relationship. Friends, if either of these speak to your heart, please reach out to me directly. I'm not putting this information on the website because it's not for large groups of people. We've already got the couples retreat about half filled. We're only taking 8 couples. So if either of these speak to you, reach out to me at julie@theangelmedium.com, julie@theangelmedium.com, and I'll connect with you and send you all of the details. All right, so let's dive into today's episode. What are signs really? Signs are energy. They're symbols. But most of all, the signs that you get are love. God's love directed towards you, your angels' love directed to you, your departed loved ones' love directed to you, and really your soul's love of you directed to your consciousness here and now. Signs are how our angels, guides, and loved ones in heaven communicate with us when words can't. They meet you in the exact moment that you need that sign the most. Your angels might send repeating numbers like 111, 444, 777. They might send you feathers, songs. Oh, feathers. You know what? We were going to Elle's 8th grade graduation. And I'm walking into the doors and I'm just feeling so much because we only have one kiddo. And I don't feel old enough to have a high schooler yet. And out of nowhere, I kid you not, this beautiful feather just comes floating down from out of the sky. And it just like floats right in front of my path. You might also receive from your angels songs that come on right when you're thinking of a loved one, or maybe that song makes you feel the presence of a loved one, words on a billboard license plate, or sometimes that even like come out of a stranger's mouth, right? And also some signs come through dreams that don't just feel like dreams, they're visitations. And here's what your angels want you to know. Did you realize that signs actually bypass your ego and speak directly to your soul? It's true. It's one of the reasons signs are so incredibly powerful. And here's how this works. Your egoic mind or your monkey mind is really always chattering. It's very logical, it's analytical, and often that egoic mind is very fearful. That egoic mind, it wants you to prove something. It wants control. It wants certainty. And it's constantly second guessing, judging, and maybe even resisting what it can't measure, what it doesn't have proof of. But your soul works differently. Your soul knows things, know like you know, like you know. It listens through feeling. It remembers through energy. It communicates, your soul communicates in intuition, synchronicity, symbols, not language. So when your angels send a sign like 11:11 on the clock or a feather dropping right in your path, your ego might come in and be like, oh, that is just a coincidence. But your soul, signs make your soul stop for a moment. They make you feel something in your heart, make you know something in your gut. You might want to cry, you might get chills, you might just get this wave of calm, ease, and peace. That's not your imagination, that's recognition of the truest truth that is. That's the moment where you pause, you breathe, you soften. It's the exact moment your ego steps aside and your soul steps forward. This is why signs are so powerful, because they don't ask your brain for permission. They speak the language of your being, of your soul. And this is why we say signs are sacred. They reach the deepest part of you when nothing else can. Let me give you a couple of examples. So Megan in our angel membership, I think a few years ago, she gave me this example. She said that she had lost a pregnancy, was feeling just so deep in grief. And one morning she stepped outside just praying, God, universe, source, show me a sign that this soul is still okay. And please, God, let this soul come back to me. And as she's outside with her morning cup of coffee, she is praying this. No joke, a monarch butterfly comes over and lands on her hand. And she just said, Julie, I gasped in that moment because you couldn't make that up. I needed that sign so bad. She said, I was feeling so much hurt so deep in her heart. And that sign just stuck with her. And it allowed her to believe that this baby would come back to her. And I'm like, let me cry. In another pregnancy. And she said, she came back to me a year later and she goes, Julie, I had a healthy baby girl. And she goes, I knew from that morning and getting that sign, she goes, something shifted energetically within me. And she goes, I truly believed and I started to hope again. And I know that that opened something energetically in me that allowed me to keep going and to bring this baby girl into this world. And it's just one of my favorite signs of keeping that hope alive through the signs that we receive from heaven. Another client of mine, Rachel, said that she started seeing 1111 everywhere. And she goes, Julie, I didn't know what this meant at all. But she goes, each time I saw it, it made my consciousness just like stop and pause for a second. And she said, every time I saw that 1111, I felt something very deep in my heart, touch something deep in my heart. And she goes, I started to say to my angels when I would see it, okay, guys, I see you. What are you trying to tell me? And she goes, that's the moment that my consciousness expanded, my mind expanded. And she heard her angel say, begin journaling on days where you see 1111. Follow the nudges, tune in. And she goes, Julie, I feel like my angels, when she started journaling, were telling me you have to go to the Angel Reiki School. She came, then she goes, I don't know exactly why I'm here, but I'm trusting, I'm attending. Actually, she just attended in April. Then she sent me a text yesterday and she goes, Julie, never in a million years did I expect to attend the Angel Reiki School in April, but I have my business set up. I have my website set up all within a month of attending the school. And she goes, I did it. Now I'm seeing clients. She launched a spiritual business and she's helping women. And I am so incredibly proud of her. But it really started for her when she started seeing 1111 on the clock and she just started journaling with her angels. Signs are there to reach your subconscious. They're there to direct your soul's path and really get through to the deepest part of you, not your logical mind. They speak to your feeling body where you don't really have to understand the sign. You feel it more first. And through that feeling comes a vibration that brings information. When I'm teaching the Angel Reiki School, I say it like this: which comes first, the chicken or the egg? God, universe, source is all that is. It's the energy of everything everywhere. And that energy is a vibrational frequency. Well, that vibrational frequency also carries consciousness. And I work on this with the angels all the time. Which comes first, the chicken or the egg? Is there thought consciousness because of the vibrational frequency? Or is there vibrational frequency because there is thought consciousness? So going back to what we're saying, signs really bypass the egoic mind. And your angels are able to reach you when your mind is busy and blocked. Maybe you're overthinking a decision and suddenly you see trust, like the word trust, written on a license plate, and it makes you just stop and trust the way that you're going. Maybe you feel lost or alone. We all have those moments, right? You know, where you just feel so alone in life. And in that moment, maybe your favorite song comes on from a past loved one, and it just starts playing out of nowhere. I remember one day feeling that way. This is probably over 10 years ago. And I was in Home Depot and I had a song come on that reminded me of my good friend from college or from high school who passed away. And I just remember being like, oh my God, her name's Sarah too. I know I have a best friend, Sarah, that's come on the podcast many times, but it wasn't her. It was another Sarah. And I remember being like, oh my gosh, Sarah's with me. I don't have to feel that alone. I don't have to feel lost. She's here and I'm okay. I'm supported. Sometimes we're in deep grief, right? and we have a dream of a loved one where they're smiling at us. Maybe they were sick here on earth, but in the dream, they show us that they're so healthy and walking around and peaceful on the other side. Those are such amazing signs to receive. Sometimes we're stuck in fear or self-doubt, and we keep seeing angel numbers, and those angel numbers show us that we don't have to hold on to that fear or that self-doubt, that we're protected and our angels are encouraging us. And I think the beauty in all of this is that even when your ego wasn't looking for signs, the signs just come in on their own, even if you don't ask for them, because your angels know that you need them. I think a lot of people don't really understand why our angels send us signs, and they send them for so many different reasons. Sometimes it's because we've forgotten who we are, and those signs act as a gentle nudge to remember that you are a soul, you're connected, you're guided. Sometimes it's because we're deeply visual beings and symbolic, and the subconscious mind and the soul respond more powerfully to imagery and those signs and emotion than to words alone. Your angels also use signs because they want to build a relationship with you. Just like a friend texting, I'm here. Angels use signs at the beginning of a relationship with you to deepen the connection. But the sign is really just the beginning of the relationship itself. Sometimes angels send signs to really affirm that you are in alignment, like they're saying to you, keep going, you're not alone, keep listening. Sometimes they encourage the decisions that you're making. When you see a sign during a crossroads, they help you choose love over fear. So when I'm working with clients, sometimes the fear that I feel within their energy field is so heavy that it causes them to doubt the signs that they're getting. And here are some of the biggest self-limiting beliefs my clients hold around signs. I'm sharing these with you because your angels say that if you start to see yourself in some of these examples, you can start to work through your own self-limiting beliefs and have a stronger belief in signs themselves. So one of the biggest misconceptions is that signs have to be like this really big thing, big dramatic thing, or even magical to be real. But the truth is that the most times, 99.9% of the time, signs are really quiet. They're subtle, they're sacred. They speak in symbols that your soul understands. The small feather might sometimes be more powerful than something else. Just walking into the auditorium the other night and getting that feather just hit my heart like a ton of bricks. Like, okay, I'm going to be fine. My baby's going to be fine. This is the next chapter. All is well. Another big misconception is that some clients think to themselves something like, if I miss a sign, then I've messed up everything. Like I've messed up my path. And the truth is the angels say you can never miss what's meant for you. You can't miss a sign. You can't miss a message. You can't miss your path. You can't miss what's meant for you. They will make sure that they are knocking you over the head, your angels, with it, so that you don't miss things. They also loop signs back around again and again. And they just said, look at the clock. And I kid you not, it is 1:11 as I'm recording this. But your angels are infinitely patient and loving. I also hear my clients say a lot of times, oh, Julie, my angels must be so frustrated with me. I need so many signs. No, they're not. They are not frustrated with you in the least. Your angels are the most patient, loving beings in your realm. And if you don't catch something the first time, they do not mind. Your angels will just bring it back again and again, and oftentimes louder and louder until you get what they're trying to say. Some of my clients think like, if I don't get a sign, then it means that my angels aren't with me. And that's not the truth at all. The truth is your angels are always with you. If you are alive and you have a heartbeat and you are listening to this show, I promise you, I guarantee you 1,000,000,000%, you have angels and they are communicating with you. A sign is just one way that they speak with you. Sometimes silence itself is a sign. It's an invitation to trust your own inner knowing. So if you're going about your life and you're asking for a sign and you're not seeing something, take that as your angels telling you to tune in, to get a little bit more silent, to get a little bit more still, and to trust your own inner knowing. That's where we have to turn off the radio in the car. We have to turn off the TV playing in the background at home. And we just need to be in silence and stillness. Sometimes this occurs in my life where I'm like, guys, I need an answer. I remember a number of times where I was, backstory, I have been writing since I was 14 years old. So freshman year in high school, I started working for the high school newspaper. And I think that same year I got hired by the third largest newspaper in Illinois to write stories about my local community as well. And I just loved writing stories. I would do it all the time. I would churn out 2-3 stories a week. In college, I was on the newspaper and I would churn out 5 stories a week, if not more, like 7. And other people would just be doing 1 or 2. And they'd always be like, Julie, how do you churn out so many stories? I was like, I just love being curious. I love having conversations with other people. And so I love doing that still. I mean, that's what I get to do with this podcast is have conversations with other people and have you listen to them. It's just so much fun. There have been a couple of times I've been running this podcast for over 6 years. There's been a few times where I'm like, angels, it's Friday. Or it's Sunday and you haven't shown me the message that you want to bring to the audience. And that episode has to air in like 24 hours tomorrow on Monday. The angels will be like, yeah, just go about your day. We'll bring it to you. So that's when I know I have to get quiet and I have to get still. My ADHD friends will resonate with this. That's when I start to clean, right? I'll go around the house. I'll clean up different piles of my ADHD mess. I'll just clean and I'll be in silence. And that's when the angels come in. And it feels like a big boom, like boom, this is the story. This is the message. This is what we need you to bring to the audience. And you go, oh, okay. And you go record that podcast episode and it just airs a couple hours later. That happens throughout life when you are asking for a sign and your angels aren't sending you the sign. That means, hey, we need you to get into some quiet time, some silence. Not many people do that, right? Like a lot of times we have the radio blaring in the car, we have the TV blaring or, a podcast on or, something blaring on Alexa in the background at the house or the kids are running around and there's just so much noise. And so when you get that invitation from Spirit, the sign that they're trying to send you can't come any other way than through an aha moment, through your own intuition, where it sparks you. So just know that that is an invitation to get quiet with them. Another misconception that a lot of my clients have is that, hey, like, Julie, if I see a sign, it means that I have to make a decision right away. And the truth is that signs are really there to guide you. They're not there to pressure you. They're not there saying, hey, you have to make a decision right away. I always tell my clients, you have red light, yellow light, green light energy. And when you are trying to make a decision and you feel a green light energy, it feels like, heck yeah, man, this is a yes. My entire body lights up with excitement. Let's go. Let's do this thing. I can't wait. But sometimes when we're trying to make a decision, you get a red light energy, and that energy feels like, no, this is not for me. Something doesn't feel right. I don't know what it is, but I just know it's a no. You have to trust that. You have to go by that. 90% of the time in life, though, we are living in what I call yellow light energy. Yellow light energy is when you don't have an answer yet. You're like, I don't know the answer to this decision. Is it a yes? I don't know. Is it a no? I don't know. You don't have all of the answers yet. So my clients who come in are like, Julie, I saw this sign, so I know my angels are saying, like, I have to make a decision right away. No. That is not what they're saying. They are bringing you the sign to actually bring you calm, to bring you clarity, and to shift your vibrational frequency from doubt or fear into alignment. And with that alignment, what you want is going to magnetize itself to you. If it feels rushed, that is likely your ego, not your angels. Friends, there are some of you who say, Julie, I don't spend enough time on my spiritual practice. I don't meditate every day. I don't pray every day. And I think I need to be more spiritual in order to receive signs. That's not true. The truth that your angels want you to know is that you were born automatically connected, baby. You don't need to earn signs by doing something to be more spiritual. You are spiritual because you are one droplet in the ocean that is God, universe, source. You don't need to earn anything. Signs are part of your natural soul communication. Everyone gets signs. I'm going to go back and say, if you have a heartbeat, if you are listening to this podcast, you are 100% getting signs from both your angels, from God, universe, source, and from your loved ones who are on the other side, your ancestors who are on the other side. The only question that is are you paying attention to them? Some people believe that signs are only for like big moments in life. They're not for everyday life, but that's not true either. The truth is angels send us signs both in the big and the small, the sacred and the simple. So like praying to get a parking spot, seeing a butterfly, a perfectly timed text that comes through. These are all part of divine orchestration of your life and your angels communicating with you. All right, I'm going to say too, one of the biggest misconceptions that people have about signs is like, they'll say, Julie, once I get a sign, I'm never going to doubt again, or that's how they feel that they should be. But the truth is that even the most awakened souls, the most spiritual souls have moments of doubt. They have moments of fear. The difference is those people continue to keep choosing to trust anyway, and they continue to keep believing anyway. And just trusting and believing keeps an energetic door open that really strengthens the connection between you and your angels. All right, I got another one. Signs are supposed to make life easier. This is something that I hear a lot too. Hey, Julia, if I get signs, it's meant for me and that my path should be easier. I shouldn't have as many challenges. No. Signs don't always point to the easiest path. They point to the truest one that's most aligned with your soul. Sometimes the soul's journey includes challenge, discomfort, stretching, expanding, change. And the sign isn't saying, hey, we've got the easiest path for you. It's saying you're ready to grow. You're ready to expand. You're ready to stretch. And that stretching is going to be good for your soul. A lot of people say to me, I'm like reading through all the misconceptions that I wrote down. A lot of people say, oh, Julie, my angels must be just like so disappointed in me because I need a lot of signs. Like, other people probably don't need as many signs as I do, but I just need signs, and I know I should just like see a sign and then trust for the rest of my life, but I just like seeing signs all the time. And I always see Archangel Michael like smile and just come in with a big hug when people say this, because he goes, you are human and you need, as a human being, he goes, we as angels know that you need reassurance, you need confirmation, you need reconnection, not just once, but Michael goes again and again and again and again and again. It's like an Olympic athlete or a gymnast who has to like train and keep doing the same repetitive motion again and again and again. Your angels go, we love you so much. We want to talk to you all day long. And we know as angels, it is our job to bring you sign after 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 sign. Your angels are like gymnasts at bringing you signs. They're Olympic sign showers. They are going to bring you as many signs as you need your entire life so that, oh my gosh, you just feel safety, you feel security, you feel peace, you feel ease, and you don't feel alone. They want you to see signs multiple times, dozens of times every day. I want to just pause here and let you know that starting June 1st, I am dedicating an entire month to teaching you exactly who is on your spirit team, what signs they're sending you, and what those signs mean. The truth is that you can really co-create your own language with your angels. And that's what we're doing all month long inside this brand new course on signs, available exclusively in the angel membership. Again, you're going to learn how to recognize, interpret, and build a daily dialogue with your angels and loved ones on the other side, so that you can feel supported, guided, and completely aligned. Friends, all you have to do is join the angel membership. Go to theangelmedium.com to join the angel membership and get started today. Together, all throughout June 2025, we're going to decode the messages, the signs, deepen the meaning, help you build a real relationship with your spirit team. Again, go over to theangelmedium.com and go to the membership page to join today. Next, I want to talk about this. What do you do when you're not seeing signs? We talked about the silence and stillness, but there's a couple other things your angels want you to know. So let's talk for a minute about something that almost everyone experiences. You ask for a sign, you're praying, you're talking to your angels, and nothing happens. You wait and still wonder, like nothing comes through, like you're hearing crickets, and you start to wonder like, oh my gosh, am I doing this wrong? Have my angels left me? No, absolutely not. Here are 3 sacred reasons why you might not be seeing signs when you're asking for them. And the first reason is you're in what I call a contracted energy. You're asking from a place of fear or control that really closes the heart, okay? When we're asking from fear or control, what we're actually saying to God, Universe, Source is show me this sign because I want to believe that this is my best path and I want to force this path to be the best one for me. That's not always possible because they know the divine right timing, the divine right people that are meant for you. I don't know if you get sick of hearing me say this, and my people have been like, Julie, don't talk about this. But Spirit's asking me to, so I'm just going to do it. I went to an event, big event, a couple of years ago. And I won at this event a reading with who I will say is one of like the top 3 well-renowned psychics in the entire world. She didn't know me from Boo. She had no idea who I am. And so I went into this private room, had this reading with her, and she goes, you're working on a TV show. I go, yeah. You're working on a book. Yeah. She goes, it's something to do with angels. I go, yeah. And she goes, this is going to be one of the biggest TV shows about angels that has ever been, one of the biggest TV shows out there. She goes, you have seen and gotten a feeling of what this can be for humanity and how it can bring hope. And she goes, what you're seeing is just like a pinpoint. This is so much bigger than you know. She goes, but you're looking at the wrong publisher. She goes, you really want to get in with this one publisher, but she goes, that's not where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be with this other place. And I felt crushed when she said that because she was right. Like I wanted the book to be with this one publisher. And she goes, please stay open. She goes, I'm telling you, this is going to be bigger than you can even possibly imagine. But you're trying to control this to go with a certain organization. And she goes, it's not meant to be there. It's meant to be with a different organization. And if you let go of control, it's going to manifest into something, just, I could cry, so big and beautiful to help so many people. She's like, Julie, you have to release control. And so I did. And I can't say anything yet, but we just had one of the biggest meetings of all meetings last week. And it was so good. And I can't wait to bring you more details. But that's what I'm talking about. Like when you're in a contracted energy, really trying to control things from a control point of view or a fear point of view, that closes you off to the way that Source needs to lead you. God needs to lead you. And God wants what you want for yourself. If you go, hey, God, can I help in this way, bring more love into this world? Can I help bring more hope into this world in this way? God goes, abso-freaking-lutely. We need your help. We need that. We're going to put billions of angels behind you to help with this, right? But you don't have to know how it's going to happen. You just have to know the final destination. That's what God wants you to know today. The other reason that you might not be seeing signs is that your angels are really guiding you to go inward. This is what I was talking about before, that you might be in a season of listening instead of really receiving a lot of external validations. I want you to think like the gas and the brake on the car. Sometimes you need to get a lot of those external signs and validators. Sometimes you're in a season of your life where you need to be still and really tuned in to your own intuition to hear what your angels are trying to show you. Another reason why you might not be seeing signs is that maybe you already got the sign, but you didn't recognize it. And so your angels are going to try and bring this back to you again and again. A lot of times we overlook what we've been given and we're like, oh, that can't be it. That's too small. That can't be it. But it is. And when we're ignoring the small signs, remember what I was saying at the beginning. Signs are about feeling. Signs are about aligning your soul. Signs are about coming back to your soul's truth. And so if you're brushing signs away and ignoring them because they're too small for you, you're actually ignoring the vibration, the conscious thought, that intuition, that aha moment that the sign is really trying to bring through to you. We have to stop overlooking that. And so your angels are going to keep bringing you around the sign that you don't want to get over and over again until you feel the feeling that they need you to get from that sign. And your angels go, you can shift your energy at any time with this simple prayer. I want you to say this right now to yourself in your head or out loud if you feel comfortable. Doesn't matter. Both work completely the same. Dear angels, thank you so much for your presence. Please show me a sign in a way I'll clearly recognize and understand it. And please help me have the awareness to receive it. And then after you say that, oh, Angel said I read that too fast. I'm going to read that again just so that you could say it. Dear angels, thank you for your presence. Please show me a sign in a way I will clearly receive it, recognize it, and understand it. And please help me have the awareness to receive the signs you're sending me. Okay, now I want you to let it go. I want you to give it to God. Don't force it. Stay open. And I want to bring through an example here. In our membership, there was a woman who said that she hadn't seen a sign from her dad since he passed. And about a year afterwards, she was really growing frustrated. I think she entered our membership at that point when she was kind of getting frustrated with not seeing signs. And then one morning, her 4-year-old looked up at her during breakfast and she said, out of nowhere, Mommy, Grandpa says hi. And that woman, she said, Julie, I felt it. I felt my dad's presence in that moment. And she goes, I burst into tears because she goes, Julie, that was the sign I needed. She wasn't expecting it to come through her child's voice. But when she let go and she stopped forcing and she stayed open, boom, that is when she was able to get the sign that she needed, right? All right, friends, you want to hear something else that is just too cool about signs? Your loved ones in heaven send signs through angels too. Why would your loved ones in heaven send signs through angels? Because angels help love transcend the limits of form. What does that mean? When someone we love passes, their soul is fully in the energy of love, but they no longer have this body or this voice in the way that we recognize. They often need a bridge at first to help bring through signs, and angels are that bridge. So your loved ones choose to communicate with angels because they carry the frequency of pure divine love and communication. Angels are conduits between dimensions. Their very presence softens and thins the veil between the earth realm and the other side. So when your mom, your dad, your sibling, your spouse is in heaven and wants to reach you, they know angels can do what sometimes they can't do on their own. The angels can magnify their energy into a visible sign. They can slow down divine timing so that it lands just when you need to see it. They can bypass your own egoic resistance, doubt, or fear. And angels can deliver the message in a way that you can really trust. It's like your loved one in heaven is whispering, tell her I'm still here. And your angels help make that message real in your physical world through a feather, through a bird, through a dream, a child's words, or a perfectly timed license plate. Because your loved ones want the message to reach. What have we been talking about, friends? Your heart. Your loved ones want that message to reach your heart, not your mind. Your angels know how your soul processes meaning. They've been working with you since before you were born. So when your loved one sends a message through them, it's never random. It's divinely tailored to your inner knowing. They don't want you to just see the sign. They want you to feel the love behind it. They want that sign to crack you open and help you remember that your loved one is still here. They haven't left you, and they're loving you still from the other side. Because the collaboration itself is the message. Sometimes the most powerful part of the sign is not the feather or the number. It's the fact that your loved one or your angels are working together on your behalf. That partnership is the reminder. You are held, you are known, you are loved and surrounded. Your life is being supported both from human and divine realms right now. And because love always finds a way, even when you're deep in grief, even when you're shut down, even when you feel numb, skeptical, or lost, your loved ones in heaven may not be able to get through your pain on their own, but they know the angels can. The angels will carry their message, deliver the love, and reach you until you can feel again. Because that love between you and your soul family never ends. It never gives up. All right, friends, one last thing about signs. It's really, really powerful, and I don't think that this gets talked about enough. Signs are never random. They're not just like little encouragements from your loved ones or angels. Some signs are coded messages for your soul blueprint, your soul's path. Let me explain what that means. Before you came into this life, your soul sat down with your angels and your guides, and you looked at what you're going to do here, learn here, how you're going to heal here, and what you were meant to become, how you were meant to serve. So together with your angels, you created what we call a soul blueprint, an energetic map of your highest path, your greatest soul possibilities in this lifetime. And here's the beautiful part. Your angels place certain symbols along that path to help you remember who you are. Again, these symbols, these signs, they show up as numbers that grab your attention over and over. The song that stirs something ancient in your heart, a recurring dream, a phrase that hits you like lightning. These are what the angels call soul coded signs. I'm going to repeat that. Soul coded, C-O-D-E-D signs. They're almost like energetic passwords. They don't just catch your attention. They activate something inside you. They wake you up. They stir your intuition. They mark the moment you shift timelines or enter a new level of your soul's journey. Let me give you an example. One of our listeners, Melissa, always felt drawn to the number 333. Showed up on clocks, license plates, addresses, receipts. She just thought it was like a lucky number. But when I worked with her, she asked me, and the angels said, let's go deeper. And they said, what does 333 mean? It means it's the frequency of your divine mission. They told her every time you see it, we're realigning you to your soul's purpose. So from that moment on, she started paying attention to what she was thinking about or doing right before she saw the 333. And she realized that it always showed up when she was about to make a soul-led decision, even if it was scary. That number, it wasn't just a sign, it was a soul code, and we all have them. So your angels want you to tune in right here, right now. And after today's show, really tune into what signs have kept showing up for you lately. What symbols, what dreams, what numbers, what songs feel like they hold more weight than you can explain. What if those are your soul-coded messages? What if they're placed right there before you were born, just for you to remember your path? Your angels, they're not trying to give you all of the answers. They're trying to wake you up to the knowing that already lives within your heart. So the next time a sign hits you in that deep, undeniable way, I want you to pause. I want you to breathe and say, I recognize this. My soul remembers this. Thank you, angels. That's how you move from noticing signs to really integrating them, from seeing with your eyes to hearing with your soul. And that's just the beginning of real transformation. Friends, I just want to remind you that starting June 1st, again, we're dedicating an entire month to teaching you exactly who's on your spirit team, what signs they're sending you, and what those signs truly mean. The truth is you can co-create your own sign language with your angels. And that's what we're doing all of June 2025 in this brand new course exclusively in the Angel membership. You're going to learn how to recognize, interpret, and build a daily dialogue with your angels and loved ones on the other side so that you can feel supported, guided, and completely aligned. Go over to theangelmedium.com to join the Angel membership and get started today. I love you so much, friends. And don't forget, if you're interested in the small group Sacred Soul Sisters, reach out to me, small groups of 8 women. If you're interested in the couples retreat that we're having at the end of July, reach out to me as well. Love you so much, friends. Have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed day. Beautiful souls, one more thing before we go. Did you know that I take your questions and turn them into podcast episodes? It's true. Here's how you can do this. Go over to Instagram, search my account. It's called the @ symbol, @Angel Podcast. You'll also see my name up there, Julie Jancius, but it's @Angel Podcast. And then you can go to send me a message. And when you send me that message, you can voice record yourself. This is so fun. It's so easy. Literally, all you have to do is press the voice record. You can voice record a message to me. We might even just feature it on the podcast, but I love taking your questions and turning them into podcast episodes themselves. And friends, every day over on Instagram, I am sharing new angel messages. One more thing, I just want to thank you so incredibly much for being a member or just being a person who listens to this podcast. So many of you this week have been telling me, Julie, I share this podcast with everybody who I think would resonate with it. And it just means the world to me because of you. You allow me to get to do this work in the world. And from the bottom of my heart, truly, I can't tell you just how grateful I am for you being in my life. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for listening to this show.